Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of April 5th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Sagittarius collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Sagittarius not see coming for the week of April 5th, 2026? What do they not see coming this week? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you not see coming this week? Talking crap. And at the bottom of the deck, we have screenshot. Ooh, are you catching someone in a lie, Sag? What does the Sagittarius collective not see coming this week for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for the week ahead, we have the Magician, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Two of Swords. The situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with. Seven of Cups, Death, and the Queen of Wands. That leaves the Hierophant, Ace of Cups, Empress here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Magician. There's something here with communication. Yeah. Okay, tell me about the Magician. Why is this in Sagittarius' energy? Okay, thank you. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords. Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Swords. What is the Two of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Devil, the Five of Wands, and the King of Cups. Tell me more about this person. Clarify the Queen of Wands here. Clarify the Queen of Wands here for this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Wands is clarified by Knight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. The Death card. Why is the Death card here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Death card is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Sun. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Swords, Judgment, and the Eight of Wands. Sagittarius, I think you're catching someone in a lie this week. And you seem to be undecided about whether or not you want to call them out on it. The Magician is mercurial energy. Mercury rules communication. And I have this clarified here by the Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. It seems like you have been wondering about what someone is up to. I don't know who this person is to you. Friend, family member, lover. Could be your neighbor, coworker, someone that you're on a volunteer organization or group with. But you almost have been like manifesting the truth. Like, I have to find the truth here. I don't know what to do with this person. I don't know what they're working on, or I don't know what they have been doing. And then with that Queen of Swords, you do receive the truth. In your deck, the Queen of Swords is looking at a piece of paper. And I have talking crap here, and then I have screenshot. So it looks like you are discovering information about someone, and now you don't know what to do with it. I feel like you figured out someone here was lying to you, and you're at a crossroads because you know that if you bring it up to this person, it might result in an argument. This person knows that they're deceiving you. I have the Knight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles, but they're not going to admit it. Death card is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Star card. This person is hoping that you don't find out what it is that they're doing. What are they doing? What is this person doing? One more shuffle. Thank you. What are they doing? The Emperor, the Hermit, they're keeping it to themselves, and the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess. I feel like I'm dealing with something here where you are seeing something online, or someone is telling you something, or you're very smart. Your opposite sign is Gemini, so you're very good at connecting the dots. I think you're either seeing something online, or someone is sending you some kind of information, or for others of you, you're just using that beautiful mind of yours to connect the dots here. but something isn't adding up for you. It could be in regards to how this person spends their time, or something that they did while traveling, or maybe like on vacation, or they're traveling for work, but they're omitting something. If you were to bring it up to them this week, they're just going to tell you that they were doing what they said that they were doing. They're not telling you that they were going in a different direction. So what do I mean by that? This person says to you, I'm going to ABC food store. And you're like, okay, let me know when you get home. Let's say you don't live with this person, right? And you're like, okay, let me know when you get home. And 3 hours later, they text you and they're like, I'm home. And you're like, wow, you spent a lot of time at ABC store. And they're like, yeah, well, I had to get this and I had to get this. And I bumped into this person. And that part of it is true. They really did go to ABC store and they really did buy this and that. And they really did bump into that person. What they're not telling you is on the way home, they stopped in, I don't know, they stopped at Bob's house and they spent 45 minutes bullshitting with Bob in the driveway. They're omitting something. And you know, because you're adding things up here and you're like, no way that that person would be at that supermarket for 3 hours. So it's not that you're not believing what they're telling you. There's a lie by omission here. So it's like telling you, you know, Knight of Swords, I'm going in this direction, but Eight of Cups, I really went in this direction. And they know that if they were to tell you that, you would be disappointed in them, or it would cause a further divide in the connection here. But you have the proof. You have the, right behind that is running. They're going in an opposite direction. Anything else Sagittarius needs to know about this? Actually, what happens if Sagittarius does confront them? I don't see them telling you the truth there. That Chariot to the Sun is like, no, I'm telling you, I went in this direction. That's their Page of Swords, their communication back to you. No, I did. I really did go to ABC store. And it is the truth, but they're omitting something. They're omitting they went somewhere else, or they stopped somewhere else, and they're keeping it to themselves in that Hermit energy. It's like they know better. They know better than to tell you that they went somewhere else. Where else did they go? What else did they do? One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Pentacles, Five of Cups, something they're ashamed of. Knight of Pentacles, and they've been doing it for a long time. Ace of Pentacles, that's the truth. So they're spending time doing something else when they're telling you, I'm going to work, and they are, but they're doing something else at work, or they're doing something else before or after work, and they're ashamed of it. And that Five of Cups, this person has their head down, and they've been doing it for a long time. So I think this week you're connecting the dots that this person is full of crap. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Tower. That is the truth, the truth, the truth. And behind that is the Seven of Swords. I don't know if you're getting absolute 100% proof, but I think your spidey senses are up. I think you're connecting the dots. It's possible for one or two of you, someone tells you in conversation here, you know, hey, you know, I bumped into, let's say this person's name is John. You know, I bumped into John at Bob's house because, and you're going to be like, Bob's house? When was John at Bob's house? There's something like that. So it could be for some of you, someone is like unknowingly tattletaling on them because they think you know that they went to Bob's house, something like that, or they don't think it's a big deal if you didn't know. But to you, it's a big deal. To you, it's a big deal because it was kept from you. Tell me more about how Sagittarius finds this out. One more shuffle. Thank you. How do you find this out? The Star, I think it's just your intuition. Strength, and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. I think it's just your intuition. You're connecting the dots here. I don't think it's like you have a tracker on their car, or I don't think anyone's telling you this. It's possible with the two queens on the table. For some of you, someone is telling you this. But again, there's nothing malicious in them telling you this. They just assume you know, or that it wouldn't be a big deal if you were to find out about it. For others of you, you're connecting the dots. I see all illumination here. Illumination, illumination, illumination. So I just feel like for most of you, something is just being illuminated within you where you know this person is not telling you the truth. And they know that if you knew, you would be very disappointed and then possibly even disconnect from them entirely in that Eight of Cups. Okay, let's get you some advice. I just heard, I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but a card beeping the horn. That's what I was saying. They're traveling elsewhere. They're going somewhere else, but they're not telling you. Okay. I want to get you advice for when you find out about the information, and then advice how to handle it with this person. Advice for Sagittarius when they find out the information or they figure out this information this week. Advice for them. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. You came up twice as the Queen of Swords. There is something here about confronting them. There is something here about telling the truth. And Eight of Wands could be about their travels. Or it could just, this is telling you to kind of, don't hold on to it. Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Justice. No, don't hold on to it. There's no reason to hold on to it. You should air it out and say, you know, so-and-so stopped by, or I talked to so-and-so and they told me you were actually here, or they saw you over here. Why didn't you tell me you went there? There's something here about you confronting them. Or, hey, I connected the dots. It just doesn't make sense to me that it would take you 2 hours to travel there or 3 hours to be in that store. Whatever it is that they're doing here, your advice here is to not conceal it, to actually speak truth here. Speak the truth about what your intuition is telling you, or what you found out. Lovers, Queen of Cups, and the Six of Cups to the Ace of Swords. I have two queens. It's possible for some of you this person is stepping out on you, but you've known that already, or at least your intuition has told you. This is the week that you're supposed to confront them on it. Please don't accuse your person of that if that's not the case. But if you know that's the case, then again, it's only advice. There's something here about you speaking the truth and you telling them, I know what you're doing when you're not home. I know what you're doing, or I know who you're seeing, or you're still seeing that person, or something like that here. Whew, deep reading. You and Libra had some deep reads, but that is what I have for you for the week ahead. I wanted to get you advice how to deal with that person. So yeah, when you receive the information or communication there, or you connect the dots, your advice is just to confront them on it. Now, how to deal with this person, because it looks like you're getting gaslit a little bit here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Four of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. It's to confront them on their behavior. And if they try telling you that they're not keeping anything from you, or they're very sweet and innocent, and they're telling you the truth, there's something here for you to kind of double down on that message and say, I know what you did in that Seven of Swords, and that really hurt me. Emperor to the Emperor here. I don't want to say they're a false emperor, but they seem to, and they don't have to be a masculine, but they seem to be I just heard defective. That's horrible to say that about a human being. It's not that they're defective. They're low vibrational. They're low vibrational. They're not fully in their emperor energy. If we look at the positive aspects of the emperor, they embody the best qualities of all four kings. Or if it's a feminine, or they identify as feminine, best qualities of all four queens. Someone who's lying to you and deceiving you, 2 Seven of Sword cards in 2 different decks, is not someone who is fully embracing the positive aspects of the emperor. This is more like the emperor in reverse. Your advice here is to call this person out on it. That is what I have for you for the week ahead. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.